Welcome guys to another episode on the Arizona Drummer channel, and guys, this one is almost 30 years in the making. I am so excited because today we are going up to Meductic, Canada in New Brunswick to the Sabian Cymbals factory. Now, I've been playing Sabian cymbals since I was 8 years old. I've been playing them 26 years. In fact, my very first cymbal I ever bought was this pair right here. A pair of B8 Sabian cymbals, and again, you can see these are very, very worn out, but 14-inch B8 Sabian cymbals. I begged my mom to get these for me, and I've held on to them all this time. Again, almost 30 years. So you guys, I am so excited to get a chance to go out to the factory, see how they make these incredible cymbals, and bring you along so you can come to the factory with me, meet Randy Ross, the Director of Research and Development. This is going to be such a great experience. Now, before we get into that, I did want to show this. We have new merch. We have our Behind the Kit t-shirts, we have Arizona Drummer t-shirts, we have hats, stickers, mugs, shorts. I mean, we have all kinds of stuff, as you can see here on the store. And again, it's all available right now. You can get it from the YouTube channel, you can get it from the links on my social media, all kinds of different ways to access the store. And guys, a portion of that comes back to me so I can again invest in the channel and continue to make these awesome videos for you guys. When I fly out to these tours and meet with these factories, I'm doing this on my dime. So anything you can do to help support me is going to be super great. And I will tell you, these shirts are 100% cotton. They are super soft, they feel great. I'm using them for drums, for working out, for just everyday use, and they are awesome. If you don't want to buy any merchandise, consider subscribing to my Patreon. On there, we do early release videos, behind the scenes videos, additional content. There are 2 levels of membership, just $5 a month for the snare drum member, where you get all kinds of goodies, and then up to $10 a month for the drum set level, where you actually get name shout outs, you'll be in the videos, one-on-ones, Q&As, phone calls, all kinds of really great stuff. So again, those are just a couple of ways that just help support me and my channel, my dream, as I continue to grow and put out more content for you guys. But with that being said, I do want to just take a minute to talk about why I love Sabian and why I choose Sabian. In my opinion, Sabian makes the best cymbals out there. Durability-wise, quality-wise, tonally, the way that they feel. For me, drums are a very emotional, passionate instrument, and I'm looking for the right tools and partners to work with when it comes to crafting my sound and expressing myself on the instrument. And I'll tell you, I've tried other brands. You know, for those of you who have subscribed for a while, you've seen me use some other brands, and nobody feels more like home than Sabian cymbals. On top of that, some of the nicest and best people in the world work at Sabian cymbals. Some of the best artists in the world also endorse Sabian cymbals. In fact, I've got quite a few friends who endorse Sabian cymbals. Let's hear what they have to say about why they choose Sabian cymbals.
Guys, I'm Buckley, and I'd love to talk about Sabian cymbals for a moment today. I've been a Sabian artist since around 1998, I believe. I love being a Sabian artist, and some of the things I like about being with Sabian are, one, the instruments themselves. I love just the wide array of cymbals that they have in their catalog. They have bright rock cymbals, they have darker, softer cymbals. I bounce around from a lot of different gigs, different styles of music, and I always feel like I can find what I need in the Sabian catalog, and that makes me feel very comfortable that they have me covered. The second thing I love about being a Sabian artist is the family atmosphere. I've always felt very well taken care of by Christian Stanky and Andy Zildjian and everyone else at Sabian, and they make me feel like one of their own, and that means a lot to me, and it's really important in the music industry to have that type of relationship. So that's it. That's why I've been with Sabian for all these years. Thanks a lot.
Hey, Jake Sommers here. I chose Sabian because it was the first cymbals that came with my kit when I was a kid. The reason I love them, because there's a line for everyone, but also all their lines sound fantastic. From the Stratus to the Complex, everything sounds amazing. And on the road, I use the HHX Complex series. I use some other stuff as well, but it all fits for my sound. And at home, I do a mix and match of Stratus with Complex and Legacy and AAX, just depending on what I'm tracking. And also the people there. Everyone there is amazing, and it's like a family. So that's why I play Sabian.
Yo, what's up? It's Toussaint, Lipton II. The reason why I play Sabian cymbals is like the feel, the quality, the sound, the look. First of all, when it makes the artist songs sound better, now you know you got something.
Hey guys, Hemby here. I just want to express a few reasons why I love Sabian. Down to the tone, the timbre, the durability, the quality, the overall quality of the cymbals, and how good the guys have put this beautiful body of metals together. They just always resonated with my soul, with my heart, and I've always been drawn to them, even venturing out to other cymbals. Sabian has always just brought me home, so Sabian.
Hey guys, Chris Turner here, just letting you know why I love Sabian so much. Honestly, I played Sabian growing up. My dad played Sabian, so I always had them in the house, and I've always loved the sound of them. And I remember when I first started touring, I was breaking quite a lot of China cymbals, and it was costing me a lot. And I got an offer from a different company, I won't name them, for an endorsement. And everybody was saying, oh, you should take this, it'll save you a lot of money on China cymbals. And I remember going into a music store and trying out that brand of cymbals, and I was trying to convince myself that I liked them, and I was trying to convince myself that, you know, this sounds kind of like what I want. And anyway, I saw the Sabians in the corner, and I walked over and I hit one, and I just melted. Not only did it sound just what I expect the cymbal to sound like, but it felt better, like my stick glided through. It didn't feel like I was hitting a piece of metal with a piece of wood. And I just remember thinking, I can't play anything else. It has to be Sabian. And I refused the endorsement offer, and I refused a few actually, until I held out until I got Sabian. And I don't think that'll ever be changing. So yeah, I'm very much Sabian born and bred through and through. Peace.
What up everybody, Haze Amaze here, and here to tell you about why I love Sabian and why I choose Sabian. I love bright cymbals. Bright cymbals are my favorite cymbals, and that's what really turned me on to wanting to play Sabian in the first place, because I believe that they make the best bright sounding cymbals. And then as I got older, my sound began to change. And I noticed that Sabian makes amazing cymbals, whether that's dry sounding cymbals, trashy sounding cymbals. The stacks are amazing. Everything about the quality of how they sound and how they produce is amazing. And yeah, man, that pushed me to becoming a Sabian artist. And yeah, I'm super grateful for the journey of being a Sabian artist. And you know, behind the kit, when I'm using Sabian, I feel that they express my emotions, because I'm such a joyful person and I smile a lot. And I feel like by using Sabian, I'm able to choose any cymbal that kind of represents my sound, but also fits the gig perfectly. So yeah, play your way.
Hey guys, Pete Weber here from Fear Factory. We're here at the start of our European tour. The reason I choose Sabian is because I like to hit really hard, and they take a really good beating. As you can see by this cymbal, almost looks like a tortilla by now, but it lasted the whole last tour, and we're going to continue it for hopefully the rest of the tour without it breaking. And even if I do break a cymbal, they always have my back and get replacements for me right away. So thank you, Sabian. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, and Sabian is awesome.
Hey guys, Ryan RVP Van Poederooyen here. I'm most known for my drumming with the Devin Townsend project and a Monolith. I'm here to take a couple seconds out of my day to explain to you why I love Sabian cymbals and why I play them. I've been playing Sabian ever since I was 10 years old. They are officially the only brand of cymbals I've played throughout my life. I've just loved them right from the very beginning. I've been endorsing them now for, what's it, been over 20 years actually. And I love them. Why do I love them? Because they're such an innovative company. I find the selection of cymbals are endless, really. You can go from their splashes to their stacks to their chinas, their crashes. They come up with really interesting cymbals that sound amazing. I prefer the HHX series, and I have a lot of them in my setup. I also have a custom-made ride here, an HH Power Bell, which Sabian did some extra stuff for me. I got a couple of them. I love that cymbal. Another favorite of mine is the Paragon series, which is the Neil Peart signature series. They're just amazing cymbals. I could go on and on about these cymbals, but the thing that I love most about them, they sound incredible live, in the studio, in rehearsal, and they last. I love this brand. I never plan on leaving them. I love them with all my heart, and I'm very grateful to be playing Sabian and especially endorsing them.
Hey, Todd Sucherman on the road. Why did I choose Sabian? Well, it happened in 1998. It was the sounds, it was the people, and it's the continued joy of not only making music with these instruments, but also the friendship and the people behind them. So thanks to everyone at Sabian, always, for all these years, and here's to a lifetime more memories.
Hey, this is Frasier-Moore, and I was asked the question on why I like Sabian cymbals. I have to be honest, Sabian has been there with me from the beginning of my playing in church, before I had an endorsement. They've crafted my sound. The richness and the warmth of the cymbals have carried throughout decades of my career. I gotta be honest, they are the best sounding cymbals, best crafted cymbals. And not to mention that I have a signature ride with them as well, the BFM World signature ride. Amazing, multi-purpose, rich bell, a nice lip that you can bash on, as well as articulation for my jazz guys. So whether you're rock, jazz, whatever, R&B, you can use this ride, and that is the definition of Sabian. Whatever you are, you can find what you need from Sabian.
All right, guys, now that you've heard from some of the best out there, let's get on our way out to Canada to the Sabian factory and check out just how these incredible cymbals are made. Before we get into the video, a big shout out to Sweetwater, the best place to pick up your Sabian cymbal needs. Just make sure to check out my landing page where you can go ahead and find all the exact same cymbals I'm using on the kit right now. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, guys, we are here. We are at Sabian Cymbals. This is a dream come true, and I'm joined by Randy. Randy, it's so great to meet you.
Man, it's a pleasure having you in. Yeah. This is going to be so much fun today. We're going to have a blast.
I know.
You wait till you see what we get to see today. It's going to be just wild. I think you'll have a change in perspective of what you think goes into making a cymbal by the end of the day.
Absolutely. You know, walking in and seeing the history and just understanding kind of the background of the company, but then also, again, we'll show some of this to you guys later. I'm in a room full of prototype cymbals of just trying new things and innovating and bringing things to the marketplace that fill a sound or a gap in sound that's not there today, and Sabian is absolutely the leader in that. There's so many new and exciting things coming out of this building right here.
Some cool toys coming our way.
Yeah.
I mean, as drummers, it doesn't get better than this.
Exactly.
It doesn't get better than this.
Randy, for the folks at home, can you just share a little bit about who you are, what you do here at Sabian, how long you've been here, all that fun stuff?
Randy Ross. I grew up in the local area, fortunately, so I've always had Sabian in my backyard, which is a really cool thing to have happen. I started playing drums at a young age. Coincidentally, it wasn't on a mission, but it bit me and it stuck with me ever since. Audio nerd. I love doing front of house live sound. I part owner of a sound company outside of my day job. I do a lot of studio work for people, mixing, mastering, engineering, and again, I'm not a big deal at all, but I can find my way around a fader port. You know, I have fun. I've drummed for years. I taught for years. I'm very techie and an analytical type person. So with all that combined, I got offered the opportunity to come and train under Mark before he retired, and then to take up the chalice as the research and development director here at Sabian. And it's a lot, and it's humbling, and You get a little bit of that imposter syndrome
Yeah.
every once in a while, where you're like, "Who am I to say
it
that
right
this?"
now.
Yeah. Who am I to say that this is what this cymbal should sound like? But someone's got to do it. And I mean, I work with people. I listen to everyone around me, yourself included. Like anything that we talk about today, you probably won't realize, but I'm poking you and pulling information from you the whole time to get your opinion on things. So I do that with almost every drummer I interact with, whether they're the weekend warrior out at your local club, clear to the Brian Frasier-Moores and the Mike Portnoys of the world. I want to hear everyone's opinion, what's right, what's wrong, what they like, what they don't like. And I take all that feedback, and you know, sometimes you act on someone's feedback in one regard but not in another. But after a while, it all does come into play and in the consideration of designing a product or making a new cymbal.
Absolutely, and I think that's evident. You know, I'm gonna pick on the Stratus line a little bit and just say, like, that to me, when that was announced, you know, first it was like, well, we know about AAX, we know about AA, we know about HHX, but when Stratus came out, like, this is like truly brand new. And at first I was a little skeptical because before I was
the whole market was.
Yeah. And to be honest, before I had ever tried one, and this is going back to my immaturity of my old style of playing, I was like, oh, thin cymbals, like, you know, washy cymbal, I'm not sure. And then I hit them, and I was like, okay, I get it. This is truly innovative, and it's affordable. And like, to me, and we talked a little bit about this just off camera, but the barrier to entry on drums is becoming difficult.
I think it's affecting new uptake and new drummers starting to play. It's pushed drummers out, and I've watched people say, I'd like to have played drums, but I couldn't afford it, so I picked up the guitar.
Yeah.
Or I bought a sampling pad, or I bought a you know, Novation launch pad or something, right? And they're doing Ableton hip hop stuff, which is fine. It's cool music.
Do your thing.
Nothing against those people. And it's a very cool style. I own a Novation Launchpad. I know what it is. I enjoy using it. But at the same time, there's something so fundamental about being a drummer, and there's a connection with the instrument that you don't get, I would argue, from any other instrument.
I agree 100%.
Like, guitar is cool, bass is cool, but you don't get nearly as physical as you do with a drum kit. You don't get the feedback of body motion like that.
Or as like unique of a relationship. Like we were talking about this too. Every drummer's unique, not just in their sound, their voice, how they set up their kit, the drums they choose, the heads they choose, the cymbal. Like their voice is
unique,
truly reflected.
Exactly.
You know, and I think you kind of get that with an amp. You might get that with different woods in a guitar, different strings, but for the most part, it's the components are the same.
Yeah. And I think drums are very personal and very detailed. It's you build yourself into that. Like guitar, I mean, the frets are usually close to the same spot. The neck lengths are 2 or 3 different variations. With drums, like that tom could be 3 feet further that way. We don't know until you sit down behind that person's kit and go, how do they do this? And I've done that. I've sat behind some pro kits and like pro players and go, I don't know how you do what you do on this. That doesn't make sense. Like your ride cymbals all the way up here. And, like, I don't understand.
Like Nico McBrain, just
I never got that. Like me, I'm like low, and I got rid of the overhang tom so I can pull that thing over and I want it right there. Right?
I want to be able to reach it. I'm not doing, you know.
I don't want to be stretched out, but I mean, to each their own. However you play is great. As long as you're getting the sound you want and not hurting yourself, I'm all for it. To kind of sum up your point, the reason we brought Stratus around is to try to lower that barrier to entry. And I think a few drum companies are starting to wake up to the same thing when trying to bring that price back down so that the 13-year-old now that we were at one point in time when we fell in love with the instrument can afford to go out and get a decent acoustic kit. I mean, it might be exports or Tamar Rockstars or whatever it may be, but we got to make a cymbal that sounds good for that. And I mean, arguably, you can make an OK drum kit sound great with a lot of tuning and great heads, but a cymbal is what it is forever. Or until it breaks. But I mean, if you've got a cymbal that doesn't sound great, it's never going to sound great. It doesn't change, and you can try all the moon gels and polishes you want under the sun, but it's not going to change the cymbal. So if we can bring in a nice tone cymbal to an affordable price point, and we're talking relative here. I'm not saying they're cheap. And I think after you see what you see today, you'll understand why they are priced the way they are. It's not easy to make a cymbal for anyone.
Well, I think to your point, it's not easy to make a cymbal, but also a cymbal that lasts, that's durable, that has a great tone, because just because I can get the cymbal, that barrier to entry, I want to make sure I can play it for a long time. And obviously that comes into technique. We're not going to get into that. But if the cymbals are built durably and with great quality and great care, then even the worst technique, it's still going to be a little bit.
You're going to get something out of it.
Yeah, you're going to get more out of it. And I think, and I'll link all the Stratus cymbals down below so you can pick them up for yourself. And trust me, you want to do that. I have an 18-inch Stratus China that I play live with every single show. Brittany Bowman has big old 20-inch crash that she plays Stratus. I mean, you're seeing them everywhere.
They're starting to get. Initially, it was like the market accepted them after a few weeks, months, whatever it was, and things took off great. But the artists, the pro artists, were a little bit like, yeah, but why is it so inexpensive?
Yeah.
Compared to what I normally buy. And then they started, well, I'll try one. I'll try one of these. And then it's become now where it's become, no, they want that sound because it's not in any other thing. Like the deep Stratus hammering, what it does is it reduces sustain. Well, on some things, a China, or for some people, they want their crashes, especially in pop acts. They want it in and out. Boom. They don't want it to hang around. Baffles. So they'll put a Stratus crash up, and the front of house engineers usually like, oh, whatever that is, keep that because you're making my life easier.
Yeah.
It's not burying my vocal. It's not hanging around for days. I'm not having to gate you.
Yeah.
All that stuff. So you take all those things into consideration. Now the pros are like, oh, I'm seeing a benefit here as well.
Yeah, it takes it back to a little bit of your, and I'm going to get to a question, but it takes me back to like a little bit of the EQ background.
Right.
Of like front of house, or like what are some of the things that I think can help make those pro drummers sound even better and make the artist connection to the audience without them being like, ah, I'm going to crash.
And I mean, and like yourself gigging out professionally too. I mean, I took a set of cymbals out last weekend and played a bigger show than I've played in a while since pre-COVID. And I got there and set up and I was all happy, and about the third song I was like, I brought the wrong cymbals. These are too weak. They're not holding up in this gig. Like, I mean, they were working, the mics are going to catch what they're going to catch. It was going to work, but the feedback for me off the instrument playing was not what I required for that stage.
And you're not feeling it, and they're dissipating maybe a little too quickly.
And things are just not quite what I needed them to be because I hadn't played in that environment in a while. And it was like, I forgot that I used to run AA rock crashes back in the day. And here I am lugging around extra thin, complex and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna name drop the brand, but I played with another brand for a short period of time. I always come back to Sabian though. Sabian's my home, it's my sound, but I had an opposite situation. I was playing in a small bar, like 200 people, and I had 20-inch crashes and like a 22-inch ride and 15-inch hats. All you heard was just
cymbals decimating the room. So welcome to the cymbal show.
Yeah, basically it's kind of like Terry Bozzio's cymbal kit. But like, it's picking the right cymbal for the right gig, for the right style of music. And one of the things, we talked about Brian Frasier-Moore.
Right.
Truly, like his ride cymbal, and hopefully we'll get to see it a little bit later on, but his ride cymbal is a perfect example of like picking the right cymbal for the gig, because that thing fits in everything.
Fits everywhere. There's not a show or style of music from jazz to metal that you couldn't use that cymbal in the setup and make good use of it. Like it would sit there and do the job.
And so that kind of, my question is, from Stratus to that cymbal to the Max cymbals, the new splashes, the new cups. I mean, all these new lines of cymbals, as well as I know there's a few things coming up.
Right.
What is your approach to?
Well, as I said earlier, listening to the artist or the drummer that you're talking to, listening to the environment is another one. Like, understanding where they're playing, understanding the context of what they're doing. I mean, it's no secret that Mike Portnoy is in a big room always.
Yeah.
And he's going to be mic'd up.
Yeah.
And he's going to have super loud guitar, loud bass, and loud keys coming at him, and an audience, and a big audience that's very vocal. So he needs a cymbal that's going to cut through that and still feel like something. He's also used to playing heavy stuff, so you got to give a little bit of that. But when we approach an artist model, for example, if they're here and we can work with them one-on-one, the first thing we try to do is find a common ground of something they like already. Yeah. So with Mike, there was two cymbals that he used mainly. It was the HH Rock Ride 22 and the 22-inch 40th anniversary Raw Bell Artisan Ride. So we put those two up and was like, okay, what do you like about these? But what do you not like about them? Like, be honest. Like, be brutally honest with us and tell us what's the characteristic of the cymbal that you don't care for. And when he started to tell that, we know, I don't like the way it washes. I want it to sustain less that way. When I'm riding the bow and I'm getting that build up, I don't want that to be there. Well, we know what hammering techniques get rid of that, or how to lay the cymbal to do other aspects. But we know the tricks to make certain things go away. Now, there's trade-offs to everything. Yeah. You hammer it this way, you lose that sustain, but you also might gain a complexity level that you don't want. So then you have to balance that.
It gets a little dark.
But with Mike, it was super fast. Like, we were probably 3 renditions of the cymbal. We had the blanks pre-made, went out and hammered them up and laid them up and brought them back in and played them. It was like almost, but, and then finally was like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And like, it was a matter of like 2 weeks later, they were playing the UK. And I remember him sending me a personal video message saying, I just did the first show with this thing. This is my new number one now. Not just because it's new.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what I was missing because I'd never gone through the exercise that we went through at the factory to figure out what I really wanted it to be. He said, you know, we did it with splashes and stacks and all these things back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
And that was filling a gap or maybe something that didn't exist.
And the argument I had for him when he came here to talk about developing product, I was kind of pushing him on the ride, and he really wasn't 100% into going there because he was fairly content with what he had. And I'm like, yeah, but you have a voice. I think there's more to your voice than what you're giving credit to yourself for that way. And also,
and think about the prominence too of his playing.
As a weekend warrior, I'm not going to carry 3 chimes, 3 splashes, and 3 stacks with me.
Yeah.
Give me a product of Mike Portnoy that I want to take with me into the show, which is rides, hats, crashes.
So more than sticks, right?
Yeah. Like I need some of the meat and potatoes of my kit to be covered by you. And that kind of pushed him in that direction. I'm glad we did, because that ride is so magical.
So good.
It's a super special ride.
And it's, you know, it's thick, it's loud, it's got a lot of prominence, but it's also beautiful tone. It's thick. It's thicker than a crash, we'll put it that way. But it's thinner than you
would expect from Mike Portnoy.
I think innovation is the key when it comes to...
And that all comes down to listen to everybody. Like I lurk the forums, I lurk the Reddits, I hide in the Facebook groups, I sweep through and search at Sabian on every platform known to man, good or bad. And then I also look at what people are saying about our competitors. And not because I want to harvest data or whatever, but it's like, what are they not liking about Z? What are they not liking about M? What are they not liking about the P? Like, what can I garner from these opinions, even if I may never get those people as customers, but what can I learn about the dissatisfaction towards their product and their service that I can provide or do better here and our team. One thing that we pride ourselves on is customer service. I guarantee you, if you call the Sabian 1-800 number, provided she's not already on a call, a nice lady will answer your call and actually talk to you, and it's not a robot.
I've had that experience.
Which is a really random, weird thing to happen. And if she asks me to call you, it might take me a couple days, but I will call you back. And I will talk to you on the phone. And if you want me to shoot you a video on a specific symbol you want to hear, I will do that for you. If there's no samples available, I will happily shoot you a video. And we'll go to the nth degree to get you your sound, because that's what we're here for. It's not about, I mean, ultimately, yes, we got to sell cymbals to stay alive. But the real goal that we have is to help everyone find the sound, their voice, and the music that they want. And we have the ability to do that, I think. I'm looking around, it's like, there's a lot of voices in this room if you dug them all out. I guess I'm going to partner with a hardware factory to figure out how to put all these up at the same time so I can hit them all.
And just run.
15, 20,000 cymbals, nothing major. And this is just our R&D room. And you add another 60,000 out in the vault.
And just wait till you see that when we go out
It's a lot of fun. But yeah, so realistically, that's what it comes down to, is just listening and paying attention. And you know, I haven't always been here. I was a customer of this company for years, and I know what it's like to be a customer. I know what it's like to buy products as a drummer, having certain things that are, you know, make you disappointed in a brand or in a company, and I'm trying to avoid that. We're never going to be perfect. It's impossible to be perfect, but we're trying. We're trying our hardest. Like we're continually improving our quality assurance. We're continually improving our designs. We're doing deep research and whatnot on what causes breakage of cymbals. I'm not quite ready to come out with all that data yet, but I think we had a quick talk earlier.
I may share some nuggets.
You could tell some stuff if you want to. But yeah, there's things about your setup that may be causing damage to your cymbals that aren't related to the cymbals at all. But it's a aspect of the industry that's changed over time. And it's just a matter of, we're just trying to make life better for drummers everywhere, and we also want to bring new people in, new drummers to start playing. Like, I remember what it was like when I started, and I want to see that energy in someone else's eyes. Like,
exactly.
Great, we've all done it. So your YouTube channel is another one of those aspects that brings that to people. If you're a young kid out there that wonders if you should, you should.
You should.
And hit the comments, and all of us will help you in any way we can.
Absolutely.
I mean, we can't give you gear, but we can definitely point you in the direction of, like, here's how you learn, and here's where you go, and this is what you should listen to. And
absolutely, and lessons, advice, you know, and there are more resources now than there have ever been.
Yeah, oh, it's insane.
Drumeo, for example, but even just YouTube as a platform, you know. And one of the things that the reason, you know, we talked about this a little bit, that I started, maybe not start the channel for this reason, but what the channel's turned into is, yes, I play drums, I get to express myself, I have fun, but also with the Behind the Kit series, the factory tours. It's to shed a light on every aspect of our industry and help guide the next generation to understand what are some things that you should try to learn as you either want to become a pro, maybe become proficient, you know, maybe just delay the life of your products, whatever it is. But like, you can find how to do a paradiddle, you can find how to do rudiments and all that stuff, but what you can't always get access to is coming into a place like this and learning, well, how did these things get made? And what is the proper way to you know, tap a cymbal, to listen? How can I figure out, because when I was a new drummer, you know, I didn't know how to figure out my sound.
I was the same way. Like, I was the same way. I struggled. I don't know how long did it take you before you got your snare tuned to where it actually sounded like a snare drum to you?
Oh,
I was probably 5
several years. Yeah,
I was like 5 years of playing it either too loose or cranking it too far and breaking the heads. Or not being able to adjust the wires, and the sympathetic ring was like beyond understandable.
Yeah, and then you're like taping and
and then I went through my duct tape phase and my fold up paper towel and duct tape that. You know, pre-moon gels. But yeah, we all went through all that stuff. We can, you know, and that's the benefit of today. We can expedite pass through all those growing pains that we had. I remember. I don't know if you're young enough. You wouldn't remember this.
Let's see.
But I'll tell some of your viewers. Back in the day, the only thing that we had for drum material really on a consistent basis with Modern Drummer magazine, which nothing but commendation to them. They're great. But you would open to the back and they would chart out like a verse or a chorus of your favorite song. And if you didn't have a drum educator handy to tell you how to read that, it might as well have been written in any foreign language. Because I remember going and getting so excited that they charted out a part of a Metallica song, and I went to the back of the book and I looked at it and I was like, I don't know what that means.
You're like, wait, why is the dot on this line and not this line? And these ones are connected, but these ones aren't.
And what's that squiggly line there all about?
And the X's. Why are there X's? Like,
why is there a circle by that X? Now, you would know, or whatever, a triangle above one of them. Anyway, later in life, I found someone who could teach me more advanced drum notation than just straight snare drum. And then I started to pick it up, and then I realized how simple it was. Had I had someone just explain it to me early on, I would have been that much further ahead learning the material I wanted to learn.
Absolutely.
So, kids, reach out to all the drummers around you. We're a very supportive community for the most part.
Absolutely, and that's, again, Behind the Kit. You know, the whole purpose of that series is, here are the pros. Here are the people who've dedicated their life to making this their life. And, you know, there's a lot to learn from these guys. The consistent theme, though, is do the work. And what I mean by that is not just practice, not just, you know, get behind the kit and shed all day and learn how to do crazy licks. Do that, it's fun. But really start to get curious and learn about, you know, we were talking about depth earlier. Like, learn the whys behind certain things, learn your rudiments, learn how you can manipulate the sound of a drum or a cymbal. To me, the easiest way to figure out your voice and to figure out what you like best and how to approach the instrument, this is true for anybody, not just drummers, but is just to experiment and to get out there and do it. But just, I mean, I'm a nerd.
I think you're probably picking up on that. I'm quite nerdy too.
Coming here today, I'm like, I can't wait to see lathing. I can't wait to see, you know, because I'm excited. But for a drummer at home, maybe you don't know why a cymbal gets lathed, other than the fact that it looks like this if you don't. You know, maybe you don't know why hand hammering is different than machine hammering, or maybe you don't know why a coated head is different from a clear. Get curious and ask those questions, and it's okay to ask those questions. There's no stupid questions.
No.
You know, I use all coated heads on my toms on my studio kit, but they're clear live. Why? Well, let's talk about it. You know, I use
you want clear attack live.
Exactly.
They're in a room that has a lot of noise.
But
you know that. But
that's the point. And like, you know, I have a whole set of cymbals I take live and a whole set of cymbals I keep in my studio. Why? You know, there's a certain sound I'm looking for, and I think what's great about what you just said is, like, I'm listening to all drummers, whether you've been drumming for 2 months or you've been drumming for 30 years.
At the end is a set of black doors. We're going to cut through there, and that's where the tempering and rolling oven room is, and that's where we're going to start our adventure. So
awesome.
Right on.
Let's do it.
Oh. Woo! That's warm, buddy. So this is Renee over here running this oven, I believe. Renee looks like he's going to ring the buzzer. That calls the oven crew back to the oven. which now they can start doing a roll, which is going to start making the blanks. So essentially what happens, that big oven is 1400 degrees Fahrenheit. It's loaded up with blanks right now. I think they're doing their last pass to bring them to flat. So the guys are coming out to get ready. We're going to open that oven door, feed them out, feed them through the roller, and then put them on this table to cool. Yeah, when they open it, you'll be able to see the torch heads coming out. If you duck low, you'll be able to see all the fire. So I just drop your camera down and you'll get that.
Yeah.
It's really cool. You look in, you can see the torch heads shooting from the side.
Oh yeah.
And they're also up through the bottom. Those are hot, so do not touch.
Yeah.
They're almost like rubber at this stage when they're hot.
Yeah. You can see they're really malleable.
Floppy.
Yeah. And they're
now, if this, before they're tempered, if you were to drop one of these blanks on the floor when it's cold, they'll break.
Oh yeah.
You can break it so easily.
I mean, it looks like liquid, but it looks. Oh yeah. There's still orange right there coming out. How many cymbals usually come out?
We do about 500 a day is our goal.
Wow.
Some days are lower. If you're doing all like 22s, obviously you can't put that many through.
Yeah.
But if we're doing like splash, we'll do more. So, but it averages about 500.
Yeah.
These boys are earning their money today.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's hot. So just to share with the audience, we're having a heat wave out on the east side.
East coast of Canada.
Yeah, east coast of Canada. And it's, for the American audience, it's above 90 degrees, 40 degrees Celsius. And I would guess 80% humidity.
Yeah, give or take.
And then the oven is 1500 degrees. So it's just hot.
Just brutally hot.
Yeah. And these guys are luckily giving us the chance to see them pull out of the oven.
You can check out tempering now. This is one of my favorite things. Again, 1400 degrees. The cymbals inside this oven, we can't stack them because they probably have bells in them. And they're just going to come out and hit the cold water, and that will lock that in. And this is a cool sound.
Oh yeah. You can see the heat inside there. They're pulling the blanks, cooling them down. Oh yeah, that's a big boy. It's like maybe got some crash cymbals.
Now they're going to load more in for the next run. It takes about 5 minutes to 6 minutes for this whole cycle. So let those trip dry for a bit. Once they're done loading the oven for the next batch, they'll drill the center hole, circle off the edge, and press them to shape on the press. And to clarify on the previous stuff that we watched, we start with a casting about 6 inches around, and it goes through that process 9 to 14 times before it's into that flat size that we saw at the end.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it's about a 4-hour window of rolling until you get down to thickness to be able to come over here.
And this is where the bell's in place.
So the bell's been placed already. They come here, this is a tempering step.
They're gonna drill the hole now. Oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. Reminds me of the, what is it, XSR Monarch?
Yeah. That's just a raw cymbal, right?
Yeah.
So while they're drilling here, I can show you this.
Yeah.
This is not tempered. You can tell I've been showing people this.
Yeah, look at that.
That's how brittle it is.
Oh my gosh.
It's just like peanut brittle or glass.
Yeah.
And you can break it like it's nothing. Now this is wet metal. It's been tempered already.
Oh yeah, it bends.
You can bend it. You can cold work it now. And without this tempering step, you'd never be able to play a cymbal. And it wouldn't sound good either.
Yeah. Yeah, you hit it once and shatter into a million pieces.
That's it, yeah. There's the circling.
Oh yeah. Trimming it down, not all the way to size, right? But trimming it down.
It's over by about 1/4 of an inch.
Okay. Here, I'll get And if I'm not mistaken, one of the cool things about Sabian is you guys will recycle all the metal.
Yeah, everything that we cut off, all these straps. You can see over there, there's lathe straps in those barrels. Those lathe straps will also go back to the melt room.
And so it gets melted back into the ingots, which then gets flattened back out into a cymbal.
Just rinse, wash, repeat. Potentially, I mean, you could argue there could be metal in here from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Right, because we keep cycling it through. What are those, Blair? 18?
18 AA medium crash.
There we go.
18 AA medium crash.
He just knows. Oh yeah, you can kind of see behind him, it's getting bent into shape.
That's called a back bender. Basically, you're trying to take as much tension out of the metal as you can before you press it. So we'll go over and see the press. Yes. This is an 80-ton hydraulic press.
80 tons.
And it's got a form blank in it to give it profile shape. You'll feel it in the floor when you let go.
Oh yeah.
And that gives you your cymbal shape that we're all used to seeing.
Yeah.
Now these are pressed twice, so he's going to back bend them again manually. It breaks them back into the back folded design, and then puts it back in the press a second round.
So, oh yeah, I see.
Double pressing to make sure we lock in that shape and get them a bit higher.
Yeah.
Where they're AAX.
Yeah. The AAX is going to be a higher bell, brighter.
Higher profile, brighter sound. Yep.
That is so cool. So for an HHX or an HH, would you?
So some AA and AX are always pressed. Some HHX are pressed. Yeah. But some HHX and all HH and all artisan get bumped to flat and then go to hand hammering.
Got it. Yeah, because
bumped to flat is that machine there. It's an old pneumatic hammer. And that basically just comes down and they flatten the whole profile right borderline like paper flat.
Yeah. And then they'll hammer it into shape.
And then they hammer it into shape. It's pretty dead.
Yeah.
But it just come out of an oven. It takes about 7 days for the molecules to slow down inside.
I see why, though, you created the Monarch ride just based off of that. It already has a good bell.
It's got a cool sound.
Yeah, and it's dry. It's not, it's got a really nice bell already. Like, that's already musical. I mean, yeah. I know it will get more so, but it's already musical.
These are probably sat for a bit longer.
Oh, yeah?
Still dead, though. You'll see,
they haven't gone through
lathing. The lathe
and
room, there's stuff out there that's still raw. We'll have more sibilance to it because it's sat long enough to calm down.
Got it.
We can go check that out. We're done. I'm done cooking. I don't know about you. All right. So when we get out here in the lathe room, now the stuff that we're going to hear is sat for a few days. And I was saying in there that hot cymbals don't sound great. You can find that out at home if you take your cymbals, put them out on your stands out in the driveway, and then wait an hour and go and play them. They'll sound really dead and thuddy.
Yeah. They're absorbing all the heat, I would imagine.
Heat excites the molecules, things start to move, and it doesn't have the ability to emulate the high sibilance that we want from cymbals. So this will be an evolution crash. And this is sat for a few days. Oh yeah, it's starting to get a little opened up. Even older explosion crash. Now that's starting to sing.
Yep. Starting to sound like a cymbal.
Exactly. So arguably the next stage of making a cymbal will be lathing. So we can go check out some lathing if you want.
Yeah.
So this stage, they're targeting a certain feel, and and a certain weight. And all stations have a scale beside them that you can see there.
Yeah.
And Robert here is one of our most skilled lathers. He's awesome. Does great work.
And these lathing tools, is that just custom made?
It's a carbide steel blade. It has 4 edges on it. So you get an edge here, an edge there, an edge there, and an edge there. They get about 4 or 5 passes across the face of the cymbal, and then will get dull. They keep about 5 blades at their station, and when they all get dull, they go sharpen them at a grinder just on the edge of the room. It's just a straight up carbide steel. The interesting thing is every lather tapers their edges differently. They all have a specific shape for them. Their bodies aren't the same, so why would their blades be the same?
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go, fresh pie. Now you can see it.
Oh yeah, so we can watch. It's mesmerizing. And there's that tool. What's cool is you can see the shavings coming out right here that'll get recycled into the next cymbals. Wow, that's gorgeous. So here's weighing it.
Next. So the bottom side of these have already been done.
Oh yeah. Honestly, that sounds great.
Wow. You feel the pitch drop because of the weight loss, right?
Yep. So what cymbal are we looking at right here? I'm assuming it's an
AX something or other. Oh, I'm wrong. HHX.
HHX, huh?
Thin ride. So this one's a bit of an anomaly. This is the recipe for making a cymbal. So we have what it is that they're making, the quantity that they're making, each step that they're going to do. But down here is what we're targeting. So the thickness of that model, the cup type, the press type, so what press shape they use, what hammering to do, and this is what confused me a bit. I thought it was AX because propene is the AX hammer. But they do AX before, and then I lathe it, and then they HHX it after that again.
Got it.
So it's double hammered to give it that sound.
Yeah.
So the next stage would be after lathing would be edging. So we can go check that out. So on the edger, the machine's technically on the opposite side of us. You'll see that big piece of metal, and there's a blade there, just like the lathe blades are.
Oh yeah, I see
carbide steel. We'll put a cymbal on.
These looks like complex hats.
The complex 16s maybe. So he brings that wheel in and it trims it. It's already locked to the diameter that he wants.
Okay.
It comes in and trims the cymbal up, and it's going to be square like an ice skate. So once he's done taking the edge down to the diameter, then he's going to round it with a knife.
Got it.
And then clean it with emery cloth or sandpaper.
That way people don't get cut using it.
Yes, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Round it. And then he's got emery cloth in his other glove. And that just takes the burrs off of it. And that gives you that edge that we're used to having when we go to grab our cymbals or take them out of the bag.
Keeps you from getting your hands cut.
And there's also a knife on the center of the post that cleans the bell off at the same time.
Oh, I see. Right? You can kind of see it rotating in there. And so it's cleaning the inside of the bell.
Inside of the bell.
That's really cool. But guys, what's interesting about this, and again, we'll see this as we go, as you've seen, every process is done by a human being. They're feeling it, they're making sure quality control is in place. The cymbals look good, they sound good, they meet the requirements. It's really impressive. Yeah, look at that. That's gorgeous.
So this is craft forming. So this is what we would call AAX or HHX hammering or Stratus.
Okay.
Done on these machines. This is Rob. Rob is one of our stellar hammers. Legacy. He's doing Legacy.
Oh yeah. That sounds familiar.
More tractionist.
I'm gonna get up in here.
So he's putting those big oval hammer marks on it. But as he's hammering it, he knows the tension of that cymbal and how fast to turn, how slow to turn. So he's trying to get the cymbal to feel right and be the right profile shape. That tension's like very important. If you don't have that, this will feel like either a rock or a piece of water.
Yeah. God, that's gorgeous. It looks like we've got a whole bunch of other like hammer bits over there too.
So depending on the shape of the hammer we need, so the BFM Ride has a specific hammer shape. Tempest slash the I can't talk about that yet.
It's all right.
But there's some crash cymbals coming that have another hammer shape on it.
Yeah.
There's 2 or 3 different HHX designs. There's more oval, more squared off.
Yeah. And the hammering is so crucial because that's what's creating the tension, giving it the tonality.
And it also gives you that deflection in the surface to cause distortions of the sound, which creates that trashy character that we all reference.
And it's what's disrupting the wave, right? Because the wave's going to go circular based on the grooves and the cymbal, and those disrupt the wave and kind of create that trashiness.
And you can make a real mess fast with this machine.
Oh yeah.
Rob's really good at it, man.
That's awesome.
When you realize that's how it's done, it almost makes your brain explode.
I know, I'm like, wait a minute.
No, it's all right.
Oh yeah?
And this is where you started.
That's crazy.
Thank you, Rob.
Yeah, Rob, thank you so much. That's awesome.
That was awesome. You're so good at that. It's ridiculous.
Want to try?
No, I don't. You want to try? All right, so we're going to cut past the buffing room and we're going to go hit the hand hammer room where you do have to try.
Deal.
This will be a bit loud.
That's all right. Hey guys.
Hey Dwight. This is Kyle. Kyle's from Arizona, a YouTuber. Would you give him a quick hammering lesson?
Sure. Just straddle that. Put your apron over that knee.
Okay.
It'll get all dirty. You don't want it over your block.
Oh, don't want it over the block. Got it.
Yeah, just like he's got his.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right.
I got little hands. Okay.
So we try to keep this flat as possible on your hammer. So you want to move your foot out a little bit.
Okay.
And you want it to rest on your knee.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we start in by the belly, dear. You can see where I hammer's right here.
Yep.
So you want to try to hit that same spot, and you move your cymbal out with your leg.
Gotcha.
And like that.
So this is going vertical.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Or horizontal.
So let's right there. Try that right there.
Okay.
No, out a little bit more here, right here. You can hear metal, so let's bring this there. But you got to swing it like you're going to hit a nail.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, right?
See?
Do what?
It's a little.
Now back in. That's all right. If you miss one, that's okay. But you can tell when you hit your anvil, right? Because you get a little recoil back.
Yeah.
If you don't, then you get that sound in there. So it's just, it takes time to get used to where your anvil is.
Yeah. I think we got it. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, you're getting there. Well, it's a little dead. You gotta just not keep her quite flat enough in there.
Like that.
There.
All right, I'm trying to get the feeling of it right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, and you're hammering blind because your anvil, you can't see your anvil. So. Yeah.
There we go.
You're getting there. There.
The cymbal's gonna sound great.
You can definitely tell when you miss.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't believe you guys are able to like get so precise.
Take your time. That's how you get used to your anvil. You got to take your time and make sure that you know where it is.
It's frustrating because you think you understand it and you don't.
Yeah. I'm like, I know how to play them.
You know how to play them.
That's about it. Oh, that one was pretty good.
Yeah, that's good, right?
Chair.
Yeah, just move it just ever so slightly. You don't have to move it a whole lot at one time.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah. You had enough?
Yeah. I think we probably all have had enough of watching me try
No. That's pretty good. You got some good hits in there.
Not bad.
Yeah, I mean,
good actually.
Honestly, it's a whole different appreciation for me. Like this is tough.
Yeah.
Band, are
Yeah.
Kind of. I do like the YouTube stuff. But I've done the touring. I was in a couple different bands, playing them, U.S., Europe, stuff like that. So, but now I just do the YouTube stuff. I've been playing Sabian
From
cymbals
Arizona?
though 25 years.
Arizona?
Yeah. So this is really cool for me just to be able to.
You're from Arizona?
Yeah.
I love Arizona.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What part have you been to?
Sedona, Grand Canyon.
Yeah, Sedona's beautiful.
Around that circle.
I'm from Phoenix, where it's like 115 degrees right now.
Been there too. Went to that indoor machine gun range there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Battlefield Las Vegas.
Oh yeah.
When he showed up today, he complained about the heat here, though.
Yeah, I did. I was walking.
It is hot here.
Yeah, walking from my car to just come inside the building, I was like drenched in sweat because it's just so.
Well, Arizona's dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is muggy. No, you're fine. You're fine.
This is surreal for me because, again, my first cymbal I got in 1999. It was a B8, hi-hat. I still have it. It's still great. You can still play it today. It's just got my sweat and blood marks all over it. And then now I got a whole set of AAX, HHX, the whole spiel. So this is cool for me to watch because I
no hand hammered stuff?
Oh yeah, I've got complex series crashes. I used to have a hand hammered power bell ride. But complex is my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, we can't make them fast enough.
Yeah, I believe it because
as soon as we make them, they're gone.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it. Like,
yeah.
I was telling Randy I have 3 19-inch crashes just sitting at my house just in case I break one, so I have another one I can just throw up. But like, it's just. Like this to me is where the sound comes from. Like, this is where the character comes from. So like the fact that I get to meet you guys and the way that I think about it is Sabian cymbals are my voice. That's my choice to like express myself, and you guys help me make that voice happen, which is like the coolest thing in the world to be able to meet you guys. Which I didn't even get everybody's names. I'm sorry, I didn't.
This is Dwight.
Dwight.
Grant.
Yeah, Dwight.
Grant. Wade.
Wade.
Your last name.
Porter.
Here we go.
And
Sebastian
Roy.
over here.
Sebastian.
And then Blair was here a minute ago, but he took off again.
Well, my name's Kyle. It's just awesome to meet you guys.
Yeah, well, nice to meet you.
If you ever hunting through the internet, just search Arizona Drummer and you'll find him.
Arizona Drummer, well, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, it's on my little hat. My hair is too crazy, so I always have a hat on. But no, seriously, guys.
I'll take that from you.
Yeah, thank you.
And that's a blank that's been hammered, and you can see the distance between the bell.
Look at that.
So that's how much the hammering raised it.
Yeah. And these are both complex crashes.
Turn the other way.
Yeah, these are 18s.
Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that difference. Here's like a, what, almost like a half-inch.
All the way around.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank you guys, I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you, Ben.
Great travels. Thank you, thank you.
Buffing. So buffing, like lathing, has a bottom side and a top side. They do one side here, the other side there. Once they're done buffing the cymbal on the two big machines, then they'll bring it over and polish it on the polishing wheel.
Okay. That the brilliance actually changes the tonality of the cymbal as well.
Yeah, it's not the look though.
Yeah.
It's the temperature you raise the material to through the pressure of buffing it.
Yeah, because the natural doesn't go through any of that, the natural finish.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to fire up over here now. You'll see the buffing compound gets applied. The wheels are spinning towards us, the cymbal's spinning clockwise.
Come off. Oh, nice little AX Stream Chinas, it looks like.
Looks to be.
XSR Fast China. Yeah, I'm like, it looks a little small. So 16-inch XSR China, Fast China. Buffing them, polishing them. That is gorgeous.
Before and after shot.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow. Thank you, Billy.
That's great.
All right, you got to keep yourself calm.
Okay.
We're finally going to go to the vault.
All right, we're going into the vault, guys. Oh my God. You're right. Because I just see cymbals everywhere.
So this room over here is our dipping room. So natural finish cymbals go in there and get the lacquer applied. We won't go in there, the fumes are bad.
Yeah.
But all the master cymbals that we have for current production is all up here on this shelf. So if you're wondering what something sounded like, that's the best spot to hear it.
And this is the masters. This is like the final approved version of a cymbal, right?
So what do we got here? There's a 19-inch Legacy.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Printed master cymbal, not for sale. It's all scratched up because the guys grab it and take it on the floor.
Yeah.
Use it to check and verify everything, and we use it for testing.
Use it to test, make sure the hammers are in the right spot, probably the thickness and all that stuff.
Yeah, and get your tonality and pitch, and you check against it for profile and make sure that we're good there.
That cymbal's gorgeous.
It's a nice one. So Sabian was the first company in 2001 to issue a cymbal to the market that had extraneous holes in it.
Yeah.
Besides vents, center hole obviously, or rivet holes. And that started over here. This man over here, Johnny, is doing that today, poking holes in perfectly good cymbals. We call him the holiest man at Sabian.
The holiest man at Sabian. All right.
Great so.
That's quite the introduction.
Yeah. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
So yeah, Johnny uses this hydraulic system here to punch the holes in the cymbal, but the edges are quite sharp.
Yeah.
So then after they're done, he has to ream them out with a drill and then clean them by hand with a deburring tool. So every time you see a cymbal with a hole in it, it's been touched many, many times to get to that point.
Well, Johnny, thank you. I have a 12-inch or no 10-inch Holy China on my studio kit.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. They're easy for me to make.
Yeah.
They're quick, same as these. These are air splashes.
Yeah, the air splashes. It was an 8-inch or 10-inch? 10-inch, right?
The 8-inch.
So that's the 8.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, the 8.
I'm off my game today.
Me too. My visual measurer is not working right. But yeah, Johnny pokes a lot of holes. Now, it's an interesting story. You might like this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a certain drum brand that has a round badge. It's exactly that diameter.
Yeah.
And I think you recently did a tour of their factory.
Yep.
In 1998, they contacted Sabian and wanted a B20 badge. So the shop supervisor at the time, Blair Davidson, got the equipment together and punched cymbals to get, like scrap cymbals to get these badge pieces for DW. And as a joke, walks by Mark Love with this Swiss cheese of a cymbal and goes, I bet that sounds good, ha ha ha. And Mark hits it and goes, ooh, there's something there.
It does sound good.
So when you're done punching those badges, I want that equipment and I want to play with it.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, they launched the Ozone.
That's awesome.
So thank you, DW.
Yeah, thank you. The ozone crashes have got to be some of the, probably the favorites out there, especially with stacks, just to get that nice kind of washy effect cymbal, especially if you don't want to go all the way up to a China.
Yeah, it gives you a little of that trashiness without having to go full.
You know me though, I'm going to do Chinas, but we're going to spend too much time in this room talking about all the cymbals I want.
So many want.
But John, here, let me give you this hand. It's great to meet you. Thank you.
So yeah, that's the Masters, that's the ozone room, and then we got start of inventory kinda here. This is the hammer tone shelf, so the Jeff Hamilton series. But yeah, this is all our hammer tone stuff.
That's what they were just talking about. Where
it's really hard to hammer. I'll get there's a glove I can grab. A cymbal, and I'll show you why. Because as you've seen, we start with a flat blank.
Yeah.
Well, complex and cymbals like that, or HH, are relatively low usually.
Yeah.
But when you get into this stuff,
especially with the bell, is
you hit that jazz profile.
Yeah,
this thing is cranked in the air. It's super high profile.
Super high bell.
So it takes them a long while to hammer that metal up to that point and get it. And there's two different hammer styles that they use on this. There's an old school and a new school hammer that they use. They were specifically referencing the Chinas.
Yeah, I saw them down there in the corner. Look at that.
These start as a flat.
God, it already is giving us, oh my gosh, look at that.
It's high as a house, man.
Yeah.
But that's what you got to do to get the tone that Jeff is looking
That's what, a 22
22.
Yeah, that's a big China.
Yeah, they say some guys can do them in an hour, other guys hour and a half.
Yeah, God.
I will say a lot of the jazzier stuff some rock drummers wouldn't be into, but that 21 ride that we just put out last year is pure magic.
Yeah.
This thing here, I would gig this cymbal easily. I mean, it's a lighter ride, but it's a crashier cymbal, man.
That tone, and it's super washy. Yeah, that's nice. You know what the funny thing is? I think I recognize that cymbal right there. That looks like an HHX Evolution ride.
You are 100% right.
I'll put some silly music over it. Like, this is my dream right here.
So yeah, we mostly keep AA and Stratus out here on this front rack. Cymbals yet to be tested are here, so these came from the floor. They're ready to go to Ted to be tested, or Jason, or myself potentially. Okay. Ted's over here on the computer working away. We'll hang out with Ted in a minute and we'll check out some testing.
Just give us all up here.
So yeah, the Stratus stuff we keep here: 22, the 20, the 18 Chinese, the zeros now come in 16, 18, and 20.
I saw that. Yeah, expanded the line.
Yeah.
And I have that guy on the live kit right now.
Yeah, that's a sweet cymbal.
Yep.
And then you got the hats 14 and 15. You got the Zero stacks and the Center Splash.
Oh yeah, these Stratus Zero stacks are awesome.
They work well for our clappy-esque sound.
Yeah.
We keep Evolution right here by Ted. So that's the whole Evolution rack.
Yeah, this looks really familiar. I have that ride on the kit right now. Is that a 22 right next to it?
Yep.
God, look at that. Yeah, that's gorgeous.
They're beautiful. The Evolution series launched in 2001, and still to this day, it's one of our most popular selling models.
Yeah, brilliance. And there's an ozone. Like, you know, it's funny. So,
and over here was our artisan shelf. That's our highest.
Yeah, the artisan cymbals are just gorgeous.
That's our highest end product that we make.
Yeah.
They're very scrutinized and very, special sounding.
Yeah.
We got some prototypey stuff that we're playing with here on the rack, or some old stuff that we're pulling out to check out to see what we can do to emulate certain sounds. Andy was talking about a certain artist cymbals upstairs this morning, and that's one of them there. That's the 22 for that artist. Yeah. It's just a beautiful crash.
Yeah, I love that. Oh yeah. I see what you're saying now.
It's just filthy, but it's the power that has it. Emulates.
It's trashy, but it's also washy, kind of brilliant. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, that's cool too. Like these.
Yeah, different prototype hole patterns.
Yeah.
I had an artist one time ask us to make him a cymbal that gated like it was on a noise gate.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
So we played around with all these different lathing techniques.
That's a cool looking cymbal.
This one we lathed a little too thin on the edge, so we didn't send this one out, but it does the thing. It's not the prettiest sounding cymbal, but it does exactly what was asked.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, a gate.
Here we have the Paragon rack. So this is all the Neil stuff.
Rest in peace, Neil.
Such cool stuff. It
Yeah.
sounds so good. That's heavy. That's rugged stuff.
Yeah, that's what my buddy at Arizona Drum Shop, shout out to Ron, that's what he recommends that I use just because I hit so damn hard.
so hard.
But honestly, I just like the sound of thinner cymbals.
I'm a thin cymbal guy.
Yeah.
So this is mostly AA down this side. A lot of it's band and orchestral stuff. And then AAX is this area right here. So you got your explosion fast and thins here, explosions and Holy Chinas over here, which are AA, I know, but we put them up there. Then the Roctagon, the reborn Roctagon.
Yeah.
I love that thing.
I know.
It's based off an explosion, if you didn't know. So
Yeah.
it's the flavor that you would dig.
Which I love explosion. I love China. I had, for a while I was rocking a 17-inch Holy China, which I love the Holy Chinas, but this guy right here is my China of choice.
Yeah, it's a little more punchy.
Yeah, I got a 17 and a 19 on my studio kit. Yeah, look at these. I love the AA and AX lines. Like,
yeah, it's just so pretty to look at.
Yeah, and here's what we were talking about too. Here's a medium ride natural finish.
Yep.
And then
the Brilliant's probably right behind it, I'm going to bet. Yep, right there.
There's one. So this is what we were talking about. The Brilliant one went through that extra process of getting the coating, going through the process of getting high temperature. Oh yeah, this is perfect. So they are the same cymbal with the exception of obviously the bell, and then going through that.
Yeah, well actually the bell is identical. It's just this one's still raw. This one was not lathed, but the buffing process removes the patina.
So yeah, exactly the same cymbal then. Yeah, that's.
It's subtle.
You can hear
it. 10,000 hertz and up is really active on the Brilliant.
Yeah, you can hear it. There's a subtle difference, but to your point, like you can hear it. It's a little bit brighter too.
Yeah, a little more bright. Again, that heat from the buffing does change the material a bit. So.
And it's like we were talking about. It's just chemistry. You know, if you introduce heat, the particles are going to move more. If you remove heat, we're going to move less. So
exactly. That's just the excitation of atoms, I guess.
If you can't tell, my daughter's currently taking chemistry, so it's top of my mind right now.
This is Jason. Jason is a cymbal tester. Been here for, how many years you been here, Jason?
Working on 27.
27 years.
Wow.
Jason.
Feels like 37.
Yeah. Jason also picks a majority of the orders going out. So when you get cymbals shipped to you, there's a good chance they were in his hands.
Well, Jason, I've been playing Sabian for 25 years, so I'm sure I've played cymbals you've touched.
Yeah, well, if you had any complaints, it wasn't me.
No, yeah, exactly. I know who to blame. Just kidding.
This is me and Dwight. It's Dwight's fault. So some HH stuff around the corners here. And then your favorite spot in the whole building probably is right here. This is what I call this complex corner.
Yeah.
So
complex corner.
Starting here and going to here is just all complex.
That is an interesting crash. I don't think I've seen that before.
You just played one on the shelf. That's that artist crash I showed you.
Oh.
Well, might as well show it with the logoing and all. People will have to guess who it belongs to.
Yeah. We'll have to see who it belongs to.
Called the Red Light Crash 22. It's going to come in 18, 19, 20, and 22.
We're not going to talk about who it's for, but what we will talk about is...
I mean, if I happen to accidentally show the back of it and you happen to zoom in on that or something by mistake, whoops.
I can say with absolute certainty that I will be buying that, but that was really awesome.
So we have the complex. A little secret for all you complex freaks out there, I'm going to tell you this one. You get a complex crash, let's take the 18 for example. The 18 is a beautiful cymbal. It's nice and soft and thin, and it has that buttery edge and fully hand-hammered, machine hammered, and it's got this nice bell on it. But there's going to be some instances where that doesn't cut through, but you still want that complex sound. No heavier, but with a dramatically much more aggressive bell. I don't have an 18 handily, but I'll show you the 19. Basically, the complex suspended cymbals are a crash cymbal, but the bells are increased in size to give them more projection. So I would suggest never to turn your back on band and orchestral instruments if you're playing drum set. Suspended cymbals are just really, really good crash cymbals.
Yeah, the projection on that was...
That bell being jacked up gives you that more oomph, but it still has that complex feel and tone.
There's a lot of body on there, but to your point, like I know it's a different size cymbal, but still, like the same tonalities there. And like you said, it's no different in weight. It's just that raised bell. Like a lot of projection.
A lot more projection off the bell. Here's a nice new one for you, the Max Ride.
Oh yeah, yep. Mr. Mike Poederooyen. Of course, naming it after his son Max, who's also Sabian artist.
Yeah, and Max was here when we developed it, which was kind of fun. Max.
Oh, that is cool.
Max was here and we played and made Max a really cool cymbal. We actually took the treatment that we did on the bell of this, which is HHX hammered.
Yeah.
And we made Max a 22-inch HHX power bell, but then we did the bell hammered that way.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was a giant power bell with a hammered bell. It's a beast. It's awesome. I love it.
22 inches.
And then this was newly created. So we took the great old complex medium ride, but we put that big old bell on it.
Yeah, look at that. Holy moly.
And it's still complex.
Big
it's still that dark tone that we low. But it's got all the things.
I think we got to shout out BFM too, though.
Yeah, we should probably play a BFM.
Mr. Brian Frasier-Moore.
One of the best, man.
Yeah.
One of the best dudes, one of the best cymbals.
One of the best to ever do it.
This is a bit, I mean, we just played one of the darkest, lowest rides we play, but this here has hammered up to be a little higher. His inspiration on this one was the Chester Thompson liquid ride. Yep. Chester played with, Genesis and whoever else in the 80s, and he had this liquid ride. And the key to the liquid ride was this sound-controlled edge, so it flares flat, which gives a great crash ability.
You can even kind of see it, I think. Yeah, you can. The camera's not doing it justice, but yeah, in the video.
And we gave it the oversized. We actually named the hammer shaped with this the BFM peen for Brian, because we designed it for this cymbal.
There's his logo right there. Got to shout him out.
And this thing is, it's nice. It does everything really well. Like. If I was to pick one cymbal that I had to, okay, you're gonna be stuck with that one for gigs for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Maybe that guy.
Oh yeah.
Because it just does everything, and especially if you didn't know what gig you're gonna be playing.
Yeah.
So you want to go to a country show? Okay. You want to play a metal show? Cool. You want to go play a pop show? Sure.
Yeah.
You want to play in a Broadway musical? You could do it all with that cymbal.
Well, especially the bell's super pronounced. It's got a lot of tone, and then you have the bow, because of that controlled edge, is not overbearing.
No.
And then you can crash it, and it's also
pleasant.
Yeah, it sounds really nice.
It's just a gorgeous.
It shares a lot of the same tonal value of the Complex series, but
in a different voice.
But it has a different voice. Yeah. Also, we got to shout out Todd Sucherman over here with
Sessions ride. Sessions. The Sessions, that's another workhorse ride cymbal.
Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm always interested in ride cymbals.
Todd's rides are just. Man.
Yeah, look at that. That's some real hand hammering. And not to say that.
Yeah, it's over hammered, right? So it's been hand hammered, lathe, then hammered again.
Yeah, like that is. And I have had the pleasure of playing this one, but yeah, listen to that. Oh. About a musical cymbal.
I could just play with that just by itself for hours. It's great.
I mean, awesome. That's just musical.
Interesting cymbal here, the Tempest. I don't know if you've ever seen the Tempest or not.
I've seen it. I have not had a chance to hear it in person.
To you, this would be a crash cymbal.
Yeah.
To a light-handed jazz player, it would be a ride.
Oh my gosh. Look at that.
It's like one of my favorite cymbals. That's why we never said Tempest Ride or Tempest Crash. It's just the Tempest.
It's Tempest, yeah.
It's just a big storm waiting to happen. Mark had made this back a long time ago for a a band and orchestral actually marching WCI or DCI, which one? Or WGI or DCI, I'm sorry. I found it hidden in the back of the rack in Area 51. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Thinking it was a crash cymbal. He's like, oh no, it's just something I made for this certain marching troop. And I'm like, okay, but I want it as a crash cymbal. So then finally I fought hard enough and got it released. This thing is just unreal.
Oh yeah. That is, yeah, you're right.
If you really want to experience what it was intended for, but it is actually very cool at.
Yeah, I'm like, I would treat that like a crash for sure. Because that crash.
Yeah, but it's so good.
Yeah, that crash sound is beautiful. Oh yeah.
It's just so good, man. Oh, I know a fun little adventure we can do. We were in Saw Johnny in the holes, but a lot of people don't understand what the holes do. Neither did I when I first started digging around in this stuff.
Yeah.
I had a close friend who's an engineer, and he basically took it on as his personal project so that we would understand what's going on. And when we're talking about wave and energy and movement through the cymbal, this is a perfect time to talk about this one. So I'm going to take a complex 20-inch thin crash here and grab its twin brother, the complex arrow, 20-inch, which is made from the exact same cymbal. Started his life as a crash and then just got filled full of holes. Now we don't make a 20-inch ozone, but the 19's pretty close, so we'll use that for our demonstration.
Yeah.
So we have a 19-inch ozone. Now, if you picture a clear, still pond with no wind, and you drop a rock in it, you get perfect consensual waves. Right? They just concentric lines come out. It's one wave. It comes out and it hits the edge, and if it's a perfectly round pond, it would come back in, and it'd just be this beautiful movement. That is the thin crash, essentially. So when you hit that, you got a full-bodied motion. All the frequencies from lows clear to the high highs. Like clear down as low as 100 hertz emanating off that clearly. Now if you take the same pond and stick a whole bunch of sticks in it, in say a specific pattern, and then drop the rock in the middle, and the wave goes out and it hits a stick, it breaks the wave pattern, causes a bunch of interference, and increases frequency because half a wave, double the frequency. Okay? But you're breaking it up in all these different things, all these different points. So what that essentially does sonically is if you break a wave and increase the frequency, it raises the pitch. The frequency is pitch. So what ends up happening is that it transitions to the energy of the strike of the cymbal from being full range to being high passed. So this basically starts at 500 hertz. If you measure it.
Yeah, that is like an extreme difference.
Extreme.
Yeah.
Now, if you take the same, again, cymbal, this is an inch smaller, but for the purpose of the demonstration, and put this style of hole in it, you're breaking the wave up, but not in the same way that this does. This kills everything low. This hole pattern, incidentally, scoops out the mids. So from like 300 to 800 is pretty much wiped out. So still got the ultra lows and all the crazy highs, but all the mids are scooped out of it. So that's what holes are doing.
Yeah, that's coming home.
So here's another fun room. Back in the day, Andy, they had a room that they put all their experimental stuff in way back when over in the old factory, and Andy called it Area 51 because UFOs and cymbals looked a lot, and it was around the 90s UFO craze that started because of numerous TV shows and whatnot, X-Files, etc. So the sign has followed the room ever since. So when they built the new factory, they set this space aside for R&D. And this is our R&D room, Area 51. So SBR B8X. XSR is all down this way on this rack. Here's all the XSR.
Which, by the way, guys, XSR cymbals are...
Don't sleep on them, especially the
so
fast
nice.
crash. The fast crash are just, like, this here cymbal, for the price point, I don't know how you get better than this. Like,
and just to share too, guys, like I was using that exact cymbal on the last Zombies run I did, as well as with Jane in the Jungle as my like main crash. So again, don't sleep on XSR. For some reason it's not focusing, but that doesn't mean you don't have to listen to me.
yeah, so we store all of our B8X over here.
This takes me back. Like I said, my first cymbal ever was a B8.
There's some B8 Pro.
B8 Pros. This is even before, it was just B8.
Yeah, the old schools. And then I guess the last real hidden treat is the Anthology.
Oh, yeah.
And this was the first series I was here for the launch of. I won't take any credit. I was helping a bit, but I wasn't. Mark had already done all the legwork. These are absolutely probably one of the finest cymbals we make, in my opinion, even though they're not hand-hammered in a traditional sense.
I mean, you can just tell it's the luxury just by looking at it.
So yeah, these here, the goal of the cymbal was something that, I hate using the term crash ride.
Yeah.
But he wanted something that you could crash and ride or do whatever you wanted with. But when you ride on it and go to a crash and come back to ride, the ride is to win.
Yeah.
So you got like...
It's like butter.
It's awesome. And it does all the things.
Actually, you know what it reminds me of? When I was in my old band called Distant Calm, my guitar player would call my cymbals, he said they sound like the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, that's immediately what I thought of, like waves breaking on a
it has that kind of vibe to it.
It's really nice. But then again, still super pronounced. Like, to your point, the bell wins, or the ride wins when you compete them.
And they come in a high bell and low bell version. That was just the high bell. This is the low bell version. I personally prefer the low bell version. I don't know why. It's darker.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you on that.
I mean, is it usable in every possible context? Maybe not, but 90% of what I play, that would be.
Yeah.
I use one, so.
And what I also love is like this cool, like outline logo.
Yeah, the gold outline, the Anthology off angle.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Ted is hilarious. Ted K, you cool if we stick a microphone on you for a couple seconds?
Stick a microphone on me?
Not in you, just on you. No. Where are you, buddy?
And we'll capture some exclusives.
Kyle,
how are you?
Good, how are you?
Not bad for an old fella.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Arizona?
YouTube
Not too far away.
Yeah.
Just a little step across the border, eh?
Yeah.
Arizona. Yep.
So Kyle's coming to do a little shooting and hang out and check us out. I figured he could ask you a few questions about testing.
Sure, I don't know much about it, but...
I don't know much about it. So what are you testing right now?
Well, a lot of times I test people's patience. I use that all the time. This is an oven of 18 XSR rock crash. I just basically check it for, any physical flaws, the shape, the weight.
Yeah.
Always check to make sure it's in the right spectrum for the weight. And that's about it.
Do you ever have situations where you're like tapping it and you hear like this doesn't sound right?
No, that's at home. No, actually, it's sometimes you come across something that doesn't quite sound right.
Yeah.
But not very often. For the most part, they're pretty consistent as far as sound.
Yeah.
These here are unirolled. They're spun on a machine, but they're pretty consistent. I mean, they have to be laid to meet the weight requirements, and you come across some that are petty, so they have flaws in them. So you have to, of course, lay them a bit more to get rid of the physical flaw. Sometimes the weight might be a little bit less than what the spectrum is, but you can cheat a little bit on these. The starting weight on these is 3.9. It's 3.9 to 3.14, so there's a window there. You can go down, maybe cheat down to 3.7, a couple 3 ounces.
Yeah.
Which is, not too bad.
Got anything you pulled out yet?
Out of this oven? Yes, I have, what's this here? Yeah, here's one here that's got a good example of something that needs to be, we can fix it, just needs to be relayed.
Oh yeah.
It's pitting the surface, it's deep. So they'll grind that off and relay it again. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice catch.
Well,
You like that?
He's got the eyes.
That's what my wife said. After 37, 8 years being together, she still says that. I don't know why. She must be talking about her boyfriend. I haven't met him yet. But no, this is what I do all day. I like testing products. Probably been in the vault here for 20 years, testing. I've been here for like 33 years.
Wow. What did you do before testing?
I was a doctor. No. It was a gynecologist, but it didn't work out very well. No, I worked in the buffing room, and I've actually worked. Actually, before I came in here, I was in the printing room.
Okay.
So I did a lot of printing over the years. I've been on the ovens. I've never lathed. I run the craft former. I've run the edger, run the electric hammers. So worked in shipping for a while. But I've been in the vault probably for most of the time I've been here. I've probably been in the vault most.
Yeah.
Out of all the years.
I think you have to have a real keen ear for the differences.
Well, yeah, and you don't have to. I don't hit them. Huh?
That's a metal thing.
A metal head?
No joke. Mom's head.
You're gonna steel plate in the head. No, and you don't have to. Like, you don't have to hit them that hard to get to know if they're going to be good or not. I mean, that has a nice even sound.
Yeah.
For the most part, XSRs are pretty good, pretty consistent. A lot of our product is. No, those complex. Hard to beat a complex cymbal.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter which one. Right?
No, they're all great.
Cymbals, or ride, crash, splash, doesn't matter. They're all.
Oh yeah.
They're all...
Yeah. That was a smart move when we introduced complex to the family. It's awesome.
I agree. Trust me. My wallet doesn't, but I do. Yeah, thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Yeah, well, there's another example too.
Oh yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. And I get it fixed for it, even though it's on the bottom and somebody might not notice it, but there might be somebody that has a hawk on it. What is that on my cymbal? I do not like it.
We do.
Going to send it back?
And to your point, better to catch it now.
Yeah.
Get it fixed, and
it's
then.
good, and a lot of times we send stuff out to get fixed, and probably 98% of the time we keep it because it's fixed back the second time.
Yeah.
We don't throw out a lot of scrap too much.
No. The last week was exceptional. It's 3.3, which is great.
And the great thing too, though, is we talked about this earlier. If it is, you melt it down, do it again.
Make it again, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, thank you.
So this is where my kind of workstation exists. So I got like prototypes and like cool things like Artisan 21-inch crash that we don't make.
Oh wow.
Just sitting there for when we need them. And yeah, and then there's Joanne over here. Joanne barcodes, inspects every cymbal and bags it. So when you get it, it's probably been through her hands.
That's awesome.
So she makes sure that it visually looks good. The barcode matches on the bag so that it can cross any customs, whether it be US or international.
Yeah, Joanne makes sure that everybody leaves happy.
And then it goes from here on these carts out to packing, gets boxed up and shipped all around the world everywhere.
That's incredible. All right, guys, and just like that, that wraps up part 1 of the Sabian factory tour. We got to hang out with Randy Ross. We get to see the whole process from pulling the cymbals out of the oven, rolling them, cooling them, tempering them, giving them their holes, then of course lathing, hammering, the whole thing. I even got to hand hammer, and it's really friggin' hard to do. But I just have to say a big thank you to Randy Ross, Christian Stanke, Andy Zildjian, the whole team at Sabian for welcoming me out, treating me like family, and giving me, honestly, an experience I will never forget. So thank you so much, but don't forget, there's part 2 and 3 coming. In part 2, we go into Area 51 and I show you some of the craziest cymbals that Sabian is working on and has in that vault. And then in episode 3, we actually go into the vault, we pick out some new cymbals for the kit, we're gonna unbox them, and we're gonna show you what they sound like on the drums. So there is a lot more to be had, so please do not forget, like the video, comment, subscribe so you don't miss anything, and make sure that you hit that bell notification so when those videos go live, you can join us and see what's going on in part 2 and part 3. On my Patreon, like I mentioned earlier, that my Patreon will get these videos sooner, as well as some unedited content from my visit out to Sabian. So again, a lot of new content to be had, but again, big thank you to Sabian. Thank you for being a home for me, a home for so many artists out there in our industry, welcoming me with open arms. All right, guys, I will see you in part 2.